And it is Fallon with another daily, and of course, we've got to cover this one, Justice League Dark, what JJ Abrams' deal means for the DC movie future. And before we even get into this, be sure to like this, subscribe, and share this video because that helps a lot. And don't forget to hit that bell because when you subscribe, that'll tell you if you're getting notifications or not. So double check if you do have your notifications on. And I would like to point out before I start discussing this article, JJ Abrams' deal is not set in stone. He may not be doing Justice League Dark, which from my understanding, Justice League Dark, it's the Justice League with magic. At least to my understanding. I will not be reading this word for word. I'll be discussing different things in this. And if you have any comments, queries, anything you want to ask, be sure to comment down below because I always love y'all's feedback. I may not always get to respond, but I am trying to read all y'all stuff and I do try to get back to y'all. So let's get started. Here's what the mooted Justice League Dark deal between the JJ Abrams Bad Robot production company and Warner Brothers could mean for the DC. Feature releases and the studio, fresh from dividing the Star Wars fandom with a film that reportedly butchered in editing, renowned director and producer JJ Abrams took set to be turning his attentions towards the storied canon of DC Comics. But yeah, it says in June 2019, it was revealed that Abrams and Bad Robot were in final talks to sign a lucrative production deal with Warner Media that could encompass the movies, TV, video games, and more. Several months later, the two parties signed on the dotted line. One of Warner Brothers' major current franchises, of course, is the DCEU, but while 2017's Justice League should have been the jewel of the crown, similar to how Avengers elevated the MCU to new heights, and I would like to point out the MCU seems to be falling on the flat heights because people aren't excited for superhero movies as they used to be. We're all tired. It's like the time of heroes may be gone. I know that some people will agree with me that it's kind of, we're all superheroed out. Some people like, but hey, da-da-da is coming. It's like, okay. I don't think there's a lot of people into superheroes as it used to be. I will always be a Marvel comic fan, and the movies haven't really given the justice of the entire storylines. They like to reboot the same storyline over and over. Prime example, the Dark Phoenix saga. And they didn't even do it right either time. There are so many characters that are part of the Dark Phoenix. It's like that could have been like a 6-movie deal if they had done it right. Because you have the Phoenix itself, and then the Phoenix becomes corrupted, and there's so much you could have done with those movies. Well, maybe not a 6-movie, maybe a 3-movie deal. The Rise and the Fall of the Phoenix. But I digress. Let's get back to what this article has to say. It talks about the Justice League Dark. Okay, yeah, and this is what I was talking about, the magic. In the DC Comics, this group are a more supernatural, clandestine team that handle the stuff the main Justice League either can't or won't. JJ Abrams' attachment to the Justice League Dark title has understandably excited DC fans, but plenty of unknowns still surround engagement, including with the deal, what the deal will entail, and how it'll intersect with the rest of the franchise, if at all, if it'll be its own thing. This is what we know and what remains a mystery about Bad Robot's involvement with Justice League Dark, which is understandable. It would be great as far as DC goes as if Dark fit in with the regular Justice League, some way intersecting, start out characters, get in the Justice League movies, even if they're the small movies, like the Flash movie that's coming out, Wonder Woman, things like that. If they could have like little cameos, or how it would go on to build on the lore itself. But yeah, and it says right there, the deal isn't final yet. Despite they have signed something, it doesn't mean it's final. Not until everything is filmed and it's in the movie theaters. So, we'll see. He has had a success with revitalizing major franchises such as Star Trek and Star Wars. Okay, I will agree on the Star Trek thing. It really did bring back interest in Star Trek. Star Wars? No. I don't believe he revitalized it. One of the major issues I have with him in Star Wars is we don't know what is true and what isn't. We only know what we saw. There have been rumors that Kathleen Kennedy didn't let him do the movies he wanted to and pulled him in when he didn't even want to do it. So his heart was not in it, or at least from my understanding. So no, I don't. There's 1,000 reasons I could list off why I feel he did not revitalize it. Did have a good start with Force Awakens. One of the major problems I saw with it is it was not an original story. In the last movie, it was okay, but it wasn't great. But yeah, and then it talks about how DCEU has been a mixed bag. Warner likely hadn't energized their superhero output mind while courting JJ and Justice League Dark in particular suits in the style of previous bad robot projects like Cloverfield and Super 8. We're just going to have to wait and see if he is in fact going to be heading up Justice League Dark. I know they've already supposedly signed the dotted line. This article comes straight from Screen Rant. I know not a lot of people like Screen Rant, but they are usually on par of putting out the information first. But I'm going to wait and see if it proves to be true and if we are going to see Justice League Dark. I'm really interested. I've got friends that are huge DC fans. They're not so much Marvel, but they do love their DC. So this should be a great thing for them. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think this is going to happen? Do you think JJ Abrams is going to be doing a DC movie? Or is this all just the studios trying to see if people would be a fan of it? I would love to hear y'all down below. As always, I will catch y'all on the flip side.